What is up, good people? It is Brandy Lucas doing a tutorial on styling my hair while we're on quarantine. So you see me sharing the products that I use almost daily, a daily wax as well as a moisturizer. I'm being very intentional to make sure I'm breaking the product down between my fingers and all through my hands so that I am evenly distributing it through my entire head. So you'll see me grab just a little bit more, taking time to break the product down and thoroughly rubbing it, almost a little too much back there behind my ear, but that's okay, through my entire head so that as I go through and style my hair, there's little to no need for me to add any additional product. I am using a ceramic flat iron, and now I'm going to just go through and comb the product through, making sure that it is again evenly distributed throughout my entire head. Now the trick for me when I am styling my own hair is to start in the rear, and how I make sure that I can kind of get a gauge of what I'm doing is using a mirror. So when I'm at home in the bathroom, I'm just using the mirror for my vanity, being intentional to make sure that I am sectioning my hair and parting everything in the direction that I want it to go. And now you see me separating my first section, making sure that my irons are warm. I do not curl my hair at more than about 325, 350 or 40 at the most in regards to temperature. So do not overheat your hair. You don't need your iron over 400 degrees. So I'm going in, and you'll just see me using the iron to silk my hair. Another thing about the product is it serves as a barrier between the iron's direct heat and my hair. Another reason why making sure that you use the proper product as well as the amount of product is key. So that first curl is my guiding light. So I'll go in and section pieces, small pieces, just below it, and I'll just repeat the same procedure that I did, taking the iron to the root of my hair and making a tight curl. I'm actually setting the stage for what I'm going to do at the end of the video, so stay tuned. I got a couple of rows down and needed to add just a little bit more of my wax product. It gives a little bit of a sleekness, it gives shine, and again it adds a heat protectant element. So as I continue in that same row of curls that I was doing, I'll just lift the hair below the previous section of hair that I curl and bump it with my iron. And I just do that all the way until I get to a length of hair that will no longer allow me to curl it with the iron that I am using. I'm using my smallest at-home iron. Generally when I'm curling guests at the salon, I'm using my Marcel iron, so there are no limits to the length of hair that I can curl. But this is a quarantine at home in the bathroom hair care video, so I'm using what I have, and I'm going to take those down as far as I can. So I'm breaking out my trusty mirror because it allows me to see what I've done, to see if I bumped all the hair I wanted to grab. Again, I'm not trying to curl it to death. I just want to make sure that I'm putting a little bump, silking through it with a little bit of heat. And this again will give me the ability to tie my hair down for the next 4 to 5 days without having to do much to it at all. Now, of course, we're quarantined, so the likeliness of me ripping and running the streets or doing very much is slim to none. But in regards to communicating with my online community of stylists and jumping on lives, I just wanted to make sure that I prepped my hair for the week so that I'd be ready for whatever may have come my way. So now I am working on the side portion of my hair, doing the same thing that I did at the top, taking small sections, running my iron through it, making sure that the hair is well coated with the product that I'm using, not being very particular about it what I'm stressing is that I'm just putting a bump in the hair because at the end of the video you'll see how I bring this all together and how it doesn't much matter how particular I am about the curls. It's all about just the silk through and the bump. So stay tuned to the end. I wanted to make sure that I was close so I could give you the actual view of what I'm doing, of how wide my sections are. So you should be able to see that here. The maneuver that I'm doing with the iron, nothing very particular, but I am very intentional about making sure that the marriage between the product that I'm using, the product is key, as well as running the iron through the hair to give it a bit of a bump and to silk it out. I wanted you guys to be able to see that, because this is the difference maker that'll keep me from needing to curl my hair often, risking using too much heat and me actually getting the amount of bump and silkiness that I need to be able to do the last step in this video that will be coming up really soon. So you can see up close and personal that the product is giving the hair a nice sheen. It's also coating, and it's giving me the ability to run the heat through, and the hair has a gloss and has a silkiness that is going to benefit me for quite a few days to come. As I begin this next section, just showing you all how I find the starting point. So it's basically based on how my hair was molded. I can kind of feel where the previous row's first curl started, and I'll just go right next to that and curl alongside it, doing the same maneuver. I don't want any lift to the curl. I'm basically, again, just smoothing the product through the hair, giving it a silk, a shine, and a very light bump. So I don't want any height or anything like that, just using the iron to work in unison with the product to give it a silkiness that will benefit me being able to move forward without curling my hair for the rest of the week. All right, super simple and quick. Through a couple bumps all around the head. I continued the same process that I started with in the beginning of the video and just went all around my head. Found a couple of spots back there that I missed, so I did go back in and bump those. But here is what I wanted to show you. Now, of course, we're quarantined. I'm in the house. So what this whole look was about was creating a flat to the head, molded wave look. So how I'm going to achieve that is taking those bumps that I just created in my hair, and now I am taking a satin silky material scarf and tying it flat to my head and calling it a day. Look and technique is perfect for you if you're like the majority of us here, going to be sitting around the house, but you still want to have the ability to have a pulled together and polished look when you need to. You see me taking the scarf off to give you guys an idea of what it will look like whenever I pull my scarf off. But the fact that this is such a low maintenance, flat to my head look means that I can tie it down flat, go about my business, continue quarantining. But when I need to take this scarf off, I am ready to record or whatever I may need to do. If you guys enjoyed this video, shoot any questions or comments my way.